Hello and welcome to an English comprehension video. In this video we're going to focus on true or false type questions. My name is Chris Moore and I'm the head teacher and founder of One-to-One Tutoring and 11 Plus Success. For this short lesson you're going to need a pen or a pencil, some paper to write on, and you can pause or rewind the video anytime should you need to do so. You'll see a little symbol that looks like this. So first of all, what is 11 plus reading comprehension? It involves understanding, analysing texts and answering questions about themes, vocabulary and an author's intent. It's used typically to assess a student's reading skills for the selective school admissions for grammar schools in Birmingham, West Midlands and throughout the country. For these questions in Birmingham and Warsaw, they are all multiple choice, so it makes life a little bit easier when focusing on the question types. So what sort of strategies do we suggest? First of all, we always suggest that they need to read the questions first. It means that you are able to know what you're looking for whilst you're reading and hopefully retain a little bit more of the information. When reading, you might want to circle any important information in the questions, such as whether the statement is true or false, how's the character feeling at the start of the story, etc. And make sure you read the text thoroughly, and you might want to go back to the questions as you're reading. If it helps you to think about, oh, I know this question here, I'll go back and I'll just check to see what it's asking me. You might want to underline or circle any key information as you're reading, and when answering questions, do so confidently. You need to tick if you think the answer is correct and cross if you think it's wrong. If you're not too sure, place a little dot. We suggest that if you find a question challenging, can you eliminate anything? Can you take an educated guess? Put a star or a ring next to the question and come back to it later. Try not to spend any longer than 30 seconds to 1 minute on each question. Remember, time is very, very limited. If you don't know, move on, come back to it, and then take an educated guess. We're going to have a look at an extract from Depth Beyond the Stars. It's written by myself. It's specifically written for the context of the 11 plus test. First of all, we've got our true or false statement. Which statement is true? I'm not going to read those questions A, B, C, D or E because it asks me which is true. I should know from reading the text. Let's now read the text together. Henry's breath falters as he stared into the infinite expanse of the stars above. The night sky, a dark velvet shroud, seemed alive with enigmatic patterns. Albie, the youngest of the group, gnawed nervously at the edge of his sleeve. Do you think it's real? Theo asked, his voice barely a whisper. What else could it be? Archie replied, the facade of confidence slipping as his eyes darted towards the shimmering light that pulsed beyond the ridge. It wasn't just stars, it was something more, something alive. Henry took a hesitant step forward, his feet crunching on the frosty grass. We have to go closer. If we don't know, we'll never know. Albie hesitated. What if we plunge into something we can't come back from? No one's forcing you, said Theo. Though his hands trembled, the group exchanged uneasy glances before Henry led them forward, each step pulling them closer to the glowing riddle that gnawed at their courage. As they crested the hill, the light resolved into a doorway, a swirling golden portal that seemed to breathe. Are we ready? Henry asked. No one answered, but together they stepped into the unknown. So let's look at our true or false statements. So, Henry hesitated as he stared at the stars. Well, I can see earlier on in the text, it says to me that he faltered as he stared into the infinite expanse of the stars above. That tells me that I know the word faltered. Also, using my vocabulary choices, now that means hesitated. So I think it might be that. Archie displayed unwavering confidence. Well, it says here his facade, so his view, his look of confidence was slipping as his eyes darted towards the shimmering light. So I don't think he had unwavering confidence. I think maybe his confidence wavered, which meant he started to lack it. Albie gnawed at a stick motionless. Albie gnawed at a stick nervously, sorry. No, we know that Albie didn't gnaw at a stick. It says in the text that Albie gnawed at his sleeve. I remember that from reading it, so I'm going to say no, it's not that. The doorway was silver and motionless. No, let's have a little look. I remember that it says the doorway was a swirling golden portal. So not only was it not silver, it's also swirling as well. So I know it can't be that. And Theo refused to speak. Well, I know that Theo said something within the text. He says here, look, no one is forcing you. So I know it can't be that either. So I think the most likely choice is going to be Albie. Henry hesitated, as he stared at the stars. I'm going to choose that one just there. This question is asking us which statement is not true. I know if I'm looking at a not true statement, what I want to do is write false next to it. So I'm looking for something that I know is not true. They often put the word not true to try and catch you out, so you're just looking for true. That's why we suggest writing false nice and big so you know what you're looking for. The portal pulsed with golden light. I know it did pulse with golden light. It was a swirling golden portal that seemed to breathe. And by breathing you must have a pulse. So I'm pretty sure that's not true. That is true, sorry. The group stepped into the unknown together. Are we ready? Henry asked. No one answered, but together they stepped into the unknown. Yeah, it tells me that. That's straightforward text retrieval. Nothing to infer there. Albie led the way towards the ridge. I don't think Albie led the way. I seem to remember reading that Henry led the way. Henry took a hesitant step forward, his feet crunching on the frozen grass. Pretty sure it was Henry, so I think it might be that. The sky appeared as a velvet cloud. It's at the top, isn't it? The night sky, a dark velvet shroud. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it can't be that. And Henry suggested they approached the glowing light. Well, I've got to kind of infer that here. He says, are we ready? Henry asked. No one answered, but together they stepped into the unknown. So inferring that, I think Henry did suggest that they approach by asking if they're ready. So I think, again, the most likely choice would be this one here. Just a couple of examples there of the type of questions you might get with the 11 plus when they are true or false. Should you need any extra support, please do not hesitate to contact us. Our website address is www.11plussuccess.com and please follow us on YouTube. Best of luck.